Hello followers and welcome back to MrMFretwell Plays Minecraft, and in today's episode we're going to continue working on the fort here. And before we really get into the main section of the episode, I'm going to show you what I've done as regards the tower. Here is the finished product. This one is completely finished. You can go inside, and I have sort of this gutted out at the moment, but we have 3 floors. This is the middle floor, just got a crafting table in here because I was working in here earlier. And we have the top floor where we can peer out over what will eventually be the rest of the fort, and also over the other side to the mountains and the swamp. And I've done a little bit of work tidying up the bridge and putting some stone bricks on there. And I am working on the other tower, and I'm kind of still in the midst of doing so. It's not finished yet. It will eventually look much like this one will. But this gets tedious after a while, so we're going to work on something still relating to the fort, but something a little bit different for a while. We're going to get all of the kind of walkways done in today's episode, and I'll probably finish this up as well off camera, and then we'll round the episode off at that point. And then for next episode we're going to go and build something in the base. We're going to leave the fort behind for a little bit. And by the way, I have officially named the fort. This is going to be called the Fret Fort. So it's the best name I could think of, and I really like it. So Fret Fort it is. I still just obviously need to finish that off. But aside from that, really, I'm going to finish the floors and such off today inside. Then all I need to do is work on the turret over there, sort of the main gateway that we've got, the boathouse here, and the tower there, and obviously the tower on the other side. So there's still a lot of work to do, but I'm not going to overpower you guys with loads and loads of this. If you're not really into this project, we'll work on something else next episode, possibly cleaning up a little bit in there and just taking it easy next episode. But we're going to be taking it easy this episode. It doesn't require as much thought as last episode did. That was a lot of work actually to get that done, so... And obviously I've still not finished it yet. It kind of drains you when you're thinking such a lot on what should go where. The square towers should be a little easier to do than the round ones, because I've got some things in mind, but we'll see when we get to that. So let's just work on this for a little while. This is quite simple to do in the grand scheme of things. I just want to finish off these. And we'll probably gut the inside of the fort out as well, tidy that up. I'm going to need a lot of wood for that though, but as I say, I have plenty of the stuff, so not too much of a problem right now. As far as this is concerned, I'm not going to work on this just yet, but I am going to put the floor kind of in where it would have gone for this particular level, because this will be a level later on. But I haven't thought too much yet as regards what I'm going to be doing with this particular turret. So I'm just going to fill in this floor. Let's move on to the next set of planks. I have started putting pressure plates into where the actual doors are, just to make it a little easier on myself, like there, so that it shuts behind me. This makes a nice little added functionality in that, certainly. It just helps me out a little bit. So we're just going to surround this in cobble. And as far as this is concerned, I'm not really sure what we're going to do with this yet, but I do know that we are going to put some planks over it, so we can go ahead and do that. And cobble is beginning to get depleted very rapidly now. We're running pretty low on the stuff, so we're just going to have to kind of keep an eye out for how much cobble we're actually using. But it shouldn't be too much of a problem, honestly, because I can always go get more. And probably next episode, when we work on a new project, or whenever we do work on a new project, I'll get a little bit more, so that's not going to be too much of a problem. So let's just work on this and get this kind of wrapped up, and we'll go across here. This is where the gatehouse will be. In this corner where the main entrance is going to be. Oops, made a right mess of that. Because I don't want to bore you guys with it, because I know that this is a big project and it's going to take a lot of time and effort and resources and so forth to actually do, so it makes more sense to just kind of break it up, and also so I don't get really burnt out working on it, honestly, because it could be very easy to get burnt out when you're doing things like that and trying to work that out. It can get very tiring very quickly, so you don't want to kind of burn yourself out too much working on it. So I'm just I'm lining at the moment, and then we're going to get a bunch of stone bricks together. I think I have some. And we're going to put the little battlement things that we've been doing into this particular section as well. Get some more wooden planks. Go in here. So I really like the oak and how it contrasts with the cobble. I think that it's pretty good. Now, some of you may see that and probably could do better, and I appreciate that. But I am not an aesthetics person. Certainly not on a build like this. I'm trying my very, very hardest and seeing if I could make a real effort on it, but I'm not the best aesthetics person in the world. I don't do a job that relates to making things look good or anything like that, so I don't have the experience of being able to draw on that knowledge in order to make something that looks kind of good. So we're just going to wrap this around like so. And I'm going to kind of build up where the walls would be of this thing, just so that I've got an idea of where things should really go. Like this, and now I'm going to need to whip out my slabs again. I'll put this in here. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Let's put you here. And this will also just help me to get on a little better. Stop monsters spawning and so on and so forth. We've got 50 more of these, so we're running pretty low as far as that is concerned, which not too much of a worry. I can always make more. Yeah, that's the lot of them gone, so we'll have to make some more fairly soon. So where did we get up to here? We got up to this point. Okay. So let me just put this here and whip out the planks again. There we are. And we need more cobble again, surprise, surprise. And let's just kind of wrap this around. Again, this is going to be another rounded sort of tower in the build. Looking forward to designing this one. I might make this one a bit lower than those two. Kind of make this a bit shorter and more stumpy. So get this in, and my idea is, once I've kind of built the fort itself, is to obviously fill in the inside of it, and I'm also going to work on adding some lighting that's not torches. I'm going to probably hook up a daylight sensor, that kind of thing, just to make it a little bit nicer than what it would have been if I just used torches or glowstone or just redstone lamps that are on all the time. I appreciate the functionality that a daylight sensor would add to this, and I'll probably eventually end up populating it with villagers and so forth to try and make this fort really seem alive. And I'll come around here. This is the boathouse, or what will be the boathouse eventually. That's going to be one of the last things I do at this particular fort. So I've kind of finished everything else. But I really like how this looks, the kind of the bay of the sugarcane, like that. That really does look pretty good to me anyway. I really like that. And obviously I'll probably work on the interior of this a little bit more off camera, just as and when, because I'll be able to get some cobble back this way. For example, what I'm putting the wood on now, I could get the cobble back for this. Depending on whether it looks good or not. If it doesn't look great, then I probably wouldn't do that. So let's run our cobblestone back here this way as well. Come all the way back to this point. Look at that, perfect number. And we're going to go across here, like so. We're going to need more wood. I'm going to put torches all around this soon. just as I get more of this done. Because I do get monster spawns on the wall here, and I would like to prevent that as best as I really can. So let's fill all of this in. And this too. There we go. We'll get the last of this bit in. Now the only thing that won't be able to get in here, well the only thing that will, should I say, is spiders at the moment. Because everything else can't climb, or, well, zombies can break down doors, but at the difficulty I'm playing on, they can't. There we are. Looking better already. Now that we've got some finished walls on this thing, it's looking much better. So at this point, I'm actually going to get some more cobble. I have, the ender chest is empty of cobble. I'm going to need a lot of stone bricks, so I'm going to put a stack in each this time while we work on the rest of this. And I'm not going to have enough coal, surprisingly, to get this done, so get some more coal. It is nice not to have to worry about being swarmed by monsters when I actually leave this base, because that was always a problem and I never was able to easily get around it. So having this fort will be a big advantage. There's slime there. Let me just take all of this. Not bothered about the slimes right now though. So yeah, next episode we're probably going to work on this central area again for a little bit and try and eliminate more torches from this area. Make that look a little prettier than what it is now. And then we'll probably come back to working on this again at some point after that. So still lots to do, but we're not doing too bad now. So I need 8 for each of these furnaces. It was just more convenient to have furnaces here than have to run down to the furnace room all the time to cook up more stone bricks or whatever it was that I needed. It was just easier to go this route, because otherwise I would have been forever running down there. What's cooking out here then? Not much, it seems. So I'll probably have to tear down these trees as well at some point fairly soon, because they are kind of in the way of what we've got going on. Oh, and I'm out of cobble. Darn it. Oh dear. Let's grab some more because I put it all in the furnaces, so we need more cobblestone. I'm going to completely clean that chest out. Oh, I see you there. I see you there. I wonder how he got in. Oh, they're spawning in here. It's clearly too dark in some places for things to end up spawning, so we're gonna have to take care of that. And that is kind of next on my agenda, really, to get this particular section done in here and get it all nice and tidied up, ready for working on it after we finish the main fort. I really need to introduce some sort of walkway somewhere instead of keep building up. I can't even build up a dirt staircase anymore. I have to build up a cobble one. We'll have to work on adding that fairly soon. I think I'm going to add some near the turrets, just stairwells. Potentially, we're not doing anything with this. We could do that here. Just for that. Getting up onto where the towers and turrets and so forth are. That could be a useful addition, which we may want to look into adding maybe even today, because it's kind of at that point now. So we can continue to fill in the remainder of this. Like so. Here we are. Got this far. How much wood do I have left? Oh, plenty. I have plenty of wood. Don't need to worry about that. There we go. And I'm really looking forward to seeing this finished as a whole product, because at the moment it's not finished, and what I have finished I have really liked, but it's still not quite the finished article that I want it to be. So it'll be good to see it finally finished when I have worked on it probably for many more hours than what I have up to this point, but I think it's worth it in the long run. So we can go around here. We need more cobble again. Lovely. And we'll go around here. And here. This isn't tedious at all. Let me see. I'm going to keep going. What happened there? Not sure. I'm going to keep going. Got that one wooden blank left, and we're almost back at where it's connected to now. There, we're going to need more oak, which is fine. And we want this. Just get it around this corner. Perfect. I'm gonna just keep working. I think I'll do this method instead. Like so. Man, this seems really tall right here. It seems incredibly tall. But in other parts it's not so tall, so I don't know. I think it's the right height though. Certainly inside it looks right. I'll come back for that. Let's build a bridge, and we will fill in this part. I think that this stack of wood will probably do the job all the way to the end. Like so, and we've just got this little small gap to take care of. There. Oops. Well, we've lost that. Not going back for one torch. That's really not worth it. So let's just keep on going. And whoops, we want that. All the way to the end. Last block, and we are done with the floors anyway. So that's kind of what the floors of this level will look like. Obviously some parts are going to be open to the sky, other parts are not. Just going to run around with the torches here till we get to here. Take that back. There we go, and now obviously I can go back through the door. In fact, I need to change that up at some point soon. And we're back around to the finished section, so yeah, that's that. So how's my stone cooking doing? 37, not bad. Could be better. I'm thinking of building a staircase in this corner because it doesn't have anything. Like every other corner has something, so it probably would make a lot of sense to put a stairwell here. Now how I want to do that exactly is still a bit in my mind yet. I do want to go kind of up against the wall. I have plenty of cobble on me, so we're not struggling in that department. Now if I do this, I'm gonna, yeah, we want to go a bit higher. We want to go to there, and let's make up some stairs at our crafting hub here. And we're just going to use up a whole stack of these. How many stairs is that? Only 40 stairs? Wow. That's pretty low. That's better. Take a tater. And I'll have my cobblestone back for the time being. And let's just work on this a little bit. As far as inside goes, I'm going to leave it empty. We could always maybe put something under here. perhaps a storage or something like that, and just give it some added function later. Now then, am I gonna... Yep, we are gonna reach the appropriate height. Oh no, I have to go get that back. I can really not play stairs in this game. That's one thing that I've always struggled with. We just get these and pop out the side. In fact, I'm going to leave that open until we've placed them all, just in case I happen to screw up again, which I inevitably will. I think 3 wide is a good size. There. Okay. Now, how does that look? With that, not too bad. Fill that in. Might want to add some fences to it. And then we will have it connected to the stone bricks right here. Do I want to do this? That for me kind of makes it look a bit too bulky, so we're probably going to leave that alone for the time being. And I'm going to see how my stone cooking's doing and probably sleep, because it's getting to that time of the day again. Oh wow, we've got a fair amount here. And it's that time again. Jump in bed and finish that section. So let's do this, and this, and that. And now we can head back to what we were doing. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. It adds a nice little stairwell to get up to the top of the fort here. We'll have a little break in the wall there for where the staircase is going to come out. So now let's work on this. And there is going to be stone bricks running through the whole build at this level, which is why I am doing this. On to the next stack of stone bricks. I'm going to need a lot of these things, that's for sure. Let's run across here. I'm just doing the inside first, and then we'll work on the outside section. It's looking pretty cool now. There we go, approaching the near corner here. And round we go. And yeah, I thought I had another stack at least. And surprisingly, 4 stacks is still not going to be enough to finish this thing. There we go, we've got that part wrapped around. Now we just kind of need to work on this part as well. Oops, let's grab you. And pretty soon I'm going to need to tear down that safety platform so that we can build the tower there. I think that will be the last thing we do though. I think I'll probably work on this next perhaps. I'm thinking finishing that definitely is the next job to do. Then I'm probably going to work on this thing right here. Then work on the gate. Then do the 2 sort of bigger towers either corner. And then finish off with the boathouse, I think is how I want to do it. At the moment anyway. It's my line of thinking. Now, I'm going to knock this out. Put some wood in there. Just so that it's a bit more consistent. I quite like that. Just going to put some torches along the wall for the time being. We'll probably spruce that up with something else later. So the stone has finished cooking up. 44, 54, and 64. And we can make up another stack of stone bricks with that. And I think all we really need to do now, really, at the moment, is wrap that up and finish that off. Aside from that, we're not doing too bad. So let me run all the way around with this. And I'm going to need more stone bricks, I'm aware of that. I'll finish this as and when. I just want to get these down right at this moment. Let's Let's just use these up. There we go. So it's kind of coming together now. It's just going to take a bit of time to fully get right. I have these slabs that we can start and use. That would be empty. This one will be full. That one will be empty. This one will be full. So that means that that one will be empty. So I kind of want to swap these around then to make it like that. Oh, and it works on the corner as well, which is awesome. How many slabs do I have left? Just those 38? I thought I had more than that, but obviously not. I'm going to need some food again. But this is definitely looking more complete, and it's kind of coming together a lot more now. Let's keep on going. It's making cave noises now. Wow. That's great, actually. It finishes there. That means that the tower can start right here, and it's going to look seamless without it looking a bit odd. Let me pick that up again. There we are. I do need some more stone brick slabs to finish that off, but we've got this wall pretty much taken care of. And the general sort of wall itself doesn't have much on it, so that wall is almost complete now. There's not much that needs to be done to it. We've got our stairwell so that we can get up and down a lot easier now instead of having to use ladders all the time. This obviously still needs to be finished. This is finished. So we're going to have this, which we can go through and hit the other side. We're going to have a nice big tower here so that we can look out. We're going to run along here. This will be our gatehouse, which is probably going to be a similar size to that, but square. Then we're going to have a very probably shallow tower right here. How? I may bring this back and just leave it at this height as just kind of like a lower lookout point when we get around to doing this. Then we've got the boathouse, which is probably going to be 2 stories high like that, and then we've got another big tower in this corner. And at that point, I think we'll be pretty much finished. As quick as that. Doesn't seem like we've been working on it all that long. So before we head off for today, one thing I do want to work on is this a little bit. Come up with a design idea that I would like to try, and that is to take one of these out from the edge, and if I like the look, I'll do it on the other side. Where is my dirt? It's right there. I would prefer a stack of dirt over just one on its own. Oops. Let me just build a tower of dirt. It's always easier when you have a tower of dirt to get things done. So the idea with this is that it's sort of like a line formed, if you will. Oh, that's why I filled that in. Okay, I will work on that. That sort of runs across like this. And obviously here it opens up because we have run out of room to make that line effect. Pick that up. I'm not going to be able to get that piece of cobble back easily, so I'm just going to fill it in. How does that look? You know what it's missing? Just going to put this here and jump up. We're going to need to make a bit of a dirt tower again. We need to do this. No, we don't. Too far. We went too fast. We want to do that is what we want to do. And I'm going to come across here all the way to the other side. There we are. We can start taking the next chunk out. I'm just going to have to keep going a little bit. And I'll pick all this cobble up as I go back. Something like that. I can work on the rest without needing a dirt tower. How far are we? Right here. Now let me go and collect all of this cobblestone up. I think that looks better. It gives it a bit of a groove and makes it look more interesting, I think, which is great. So let me just pick all of this up. I'll just dig this down. There we are. How does that look? Yeah, that looks better. That's an improvement, I think, on what we had before. That ladder's kind of throwing it off, and we don't need that ladder anymore because we have the stairwell now, so I'm going to take that down. And we still do need to add defences, both on the inside and outside, to the walls to make it look nicer. But I think that that was a definite improvement. I think I'm glad I did that, and I'm going to do that on the other side as well. Just gives it more of an interesting look to it instead of it just being one flat wall. Because I can't do much with that. What with the portcullis being there. So I think that's been a worthwhile change to have made. And I think at this point I'm going to probably call it an episode because I've done everything that I really wanted to do as far as doing the walls and so on, because I've run out of resources now. I'm going to have to make a bunch more, which means waiting around upon my furnaces to get that done. And I'm also going to wrap up this off camera for next episode so you can see 2 finished turrets. I'm going to work on wrapping up the rest of this so that it's kind of like this all the way around where it needs to be. And next episode we will either work on the cave spider farm thing that I've got in mind or the brewing room. And I'm probably leaning more towards the brewing room, I think, at this point, because that's more urgent. I'm probably also going to repair my tools by the time I've done everything. So that's probably the next thing on the agenda too. So we'll come back, and when we finish working on that other room, I will probably start work on the corner turret first. We'll do that one over there, and then the gatehouse, and get that all rigged up and ready to go. And then we've just got the 2 big towers left, and then it's just a case of actually doing something with the inside of this fort at the moment, because we don't have that much going on inside here. So I would like to kind of make that better and kind of clear up the lighting situation and replace the torches. I think one thing I'm also going to do, just because it's kind of tedious, is gut all of this out and make it at this level and light it all up properly in here so that we don't have that to worry about. Again, quite a minor, boring thing to watch me do, so I'll probably do that as well. And then we'll come back refreshed in a couple of episodes time, ready to do the next thing. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's episode. I hope you're liking the direction that the Fret Fort is going in. I am. I can take that down now as well, and take down all these relics of me climbing up this wall, needing to get out for some random reason. So yeah, that's going to be just about it from me today, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. So until then, see you later and have a good day.